Well, I hope your day is going well, and if not, hopefully some of these words from Scripture will inspire you to have a better day. And if you're having a great day, that's awesome. So we're going to go ahead and pick up in Book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 18. And here we go. This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph. But before they came together, she was found to be with child through the Holy Spirit. Because Joseph, her husband, was a righteous man and did not want to expose her to public disgrace, he had in mind to divorce her quietly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him, and took Mary home as his wife. But he had no union with her until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus. So Joseph could have easily just said, no way, I can't do this. But even then, he was a man of God who understood, not only through this dream, but what was in his heart, the importance of his role in the life of Jesus, in the life of the world. So Joseph had to be just a really, really outstanding man to do this. And at the time, Mary herself was only 14 years old, I believe. And I'm not sure on the age of Joseph, but for him to take this on and not have the full understanding at the time, or at least I assume he didn't, because that would just really be hard to understand how the woman you're pledged to be married to is already pregnant, yet she's a virgin. So it shows great faith in Joseph, and that's a faith that we got to have in life. We got to understand that even though we don't understand what God's got going on in our life at the time, we've just got to trust him and know in our heart. It's all in our heart. And that, speaking of our spirit, it's all in our spirit or our heart that God will lead us down the righteous path and that no harm will come to us, our family, or anyone. But we've got to be obedient. And that's what he was. So we'll continue now with chapter 2, verse 1. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and the teachers of the law, he asked them where the Christ was to be born. In Bethlehem, in Judea, they replied, for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler, who will be the shepherd of my people Israel. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and make a careful search for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him. After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and of incense and of myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. Okay, so why, we might ask, would they bring all this valuable oil and myrrh and gold to Jesus or to his parents? Well, this was the beginning of a lot of traveling for Joseph and his family. And basically, there was a lot of people after him to try and kill Jesus. And this was through the direction of Herod, because Herod was definitely threatened by Jesus Christ being born. So the gold and all the valuable oil and stuff was to provide for Joseph and his family, to get them from town to town as needed to escape those who came after him. Yet Joseph wasn't just living on that. He also was a carpenter, so he had a trade. But to move from town to town was costly, so that's why they provided him with these riches. So what we'll do now is just go ahead and stop here, and we'll continue in the next video. And we got to chapter 2, verse 12, and then we'll pick up at 13 on the next video. And I hope you'll join us. And in the meantime, if you would, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and go ahead and hit that bell that comes up, because it'll give you a heads up every time a new video is posted by us. And just have a great, blessed day, my friend. Peace and love to you and yours, and talk to you soon.